Welcome into the One Autistic Story channel. I am Chris Mitchell, a late diagnosed autistic, and today I am reviewing the book So You Think You're Autistic by Samantha Stein. Now, before I get into my review, please consider liking, sharing, and commenting on this video so others in our community can discover this video and this great resource, this book I'm going to be telling you about. Also, if you like what you see here, please consider subscribing to the channel. And together we can build a community of amazing people, one autistic story at a time. Before I received my official diagnosis of being autistic, I self identified as being autistic. And before that, I started questioning and wondering, am I on the spectrum? And like many in our community, I started doing research. And I would go to Google and I would type in a characteristic or a trait of mine that I was wondering is common in the autistic community. And I would ask Google, do autistic adults do whatever that trait is that I typed in? And then I started getting my hands on every single book about adult autism I could find. And one of the books I ran across is from Samantha Stein, and it's entitled So You Think You're Autistic. And this is a great book. I really liked it. It was very, very helpful as I started working through and you know, wondering, trying to answer the question in my mind, am I on the spectrum? And am I being legitimate? Do I have legitimate reasons to self-identify as being autistic? And this book is not just something to read, it's an actual like workbook or journal. It's divided into 8 sections. Some of them are about will help you kind of track some of the traits and characteristics and help you journal some of the experiences you had in your life that tend to lead you to believe that you may be on the spectrum. It also goes from that point to, you know, helping you decide if the getting a diagnosis is right for you or not. And it helps with some of the anxiety that many of us may face. I know I did about going for that diagnosis and all and the pros and cons and in pursuing that. And then it talks about it has a section to help prepare you to talk about your diagnosis or your self-identity at being autistic with others, because that's a very scary thing when you start telling other people you're on the spectrum, because there's a wide range of responses people can have to this. So this is a great book. It gives you areas that you could. I don't know how well it's going to show in the camera here. It gives you at the beginning of the each section. Samantha gives you a breakdown of what the topic's about, some examples and all, and then each page after that beginning of the section is a question, and you can write down your answers to that question there. And this is a great book to have in your hand. So when you do decide, if or when you do decide to talk to your doctor about, hey, maybe I should get screened for autism, you have some reasons. You can come in there prepared. When you go to the actual assessment, you can take this with you and share this with the psychiatrist, the psychologist, or whoever's doing the evaluation on you. So this is a really great resource. I'm glad I used it during my time that I was trying to confirm to myself that I may actually be on the spectrum, and it helped me get to the point where I was able to say to my wife and to others, I self-identify as being autistic, and I identified that way for until I did receive my official diagnosis. So the book's available on Amazon. There's a link to it in the video descriptions to make it easy for you to purchase off of the Amazon site. And that's my review of the book. I think it's a great book. And if you are a person who self identifies as being autistic or thinks they may be, this is a great way to journal why the reasons you are thinking that way, the reasons you believe that you are autistic, and it can come in real handy when you seek an official diagnosis by having that conversation with your doctor or with a professional who will actually do the evaluation, because they're going to ask you what are some of the reasons you think you're on the spectrum. And this little book, if you fill this out, can help you prepare for that meeting.